It is an 8-gen that you hear, 7-8.
And we're off. And we've got a shuffled start screen, and immediately we have a path divergence, and ooh, looks like we have sprite shuffle. And those look like vanilla prices, though, so they're not going to have any trouble figuring out what's what in the shops. So we've got wands are acting as bombs. We've got recorders instead of fireballs. Looks like fireballs instead of the magical shield. Was that a power bracelets as arrows? That's going to be interesting. And oh, we already have an item pickup on Caracarn's side. The half ladder, based on where it is on the screen, I'm going to say, I don't know what that is. I'm figuring it's probably the Armos item, so my normal assumption would be power bracelet, but would it really be white if it was the power bracelet? I don't think so.
Yeah, it has the possibility of being white, I would believe. We'll have to see what it is. The only things that really change colors in Magic Link's palette.
That's swordless. That is a blue recorder, and it's showing up on the B button, so that is the blue candle. We have a swordless seed. And Caracarn will find that blue candle as well in just a second. Here he is. And we have level 3 looking like level 3 and being level 2. And with that enemy set, I'm thinking we might have vanilla second quest dungeons at their quote-unquote normal locations. Oh, and Blackout as well. This seed. And we've got the
Blackout sprite shuffle
tossing red rings. Wow, this is going to be a rough seed.
Yeah, Jam seems to be a magnet for Blackout and Sprite Shuffle, well, that is for sure.
And Jam spins the key to go through the door. Some sort of block room. Looks like Jam hit the save button. Oh, oops. That's on me. Yeah, and they're both out of that level 2. Well, on the plus side for these runners, they do know whereabouts they're going to be headed for dungeons and everything. It's pretty much should be a vanilla first quest overworld. With the exception of the overworld will be vanilla first quest, but the dungeons are going to be second quest. Got Jam in level
Chaos,
1.
where do you think we're going to find the... Or Cyber, where do you think we're going to find the sword at?
Wizrobe dungeon. That's definitely enemy shuffle. And we've got something over there with a white sword icon. It is a red item. Wonder what that could be.
So Jam making his way through level 1 here. Blackout and Sprite Shuffles, again, seems to just be the magnet for him. So he's had quite a bit of practice so far. Wizrobes here in level 1 is not exactly fun to deal with, especially since it looks like we have an HP shuffle. And so far, not a sword. Doesn't look like there's a sword available. So lots of fun for these guys. And meanwhile, we do have Caracarn also in level 1, checking with the candle, finding out that it is indeed Blackout. And Jam going to go ahead and bail on out here of level 1, probably wisely. Wizrobes are not a fun deal to have early on, and no bombs means that he really can't make any progress as far as the enemies go. Meanwhile, we do have a sword sprite on the ground here for Caracarn, but unfortunately not able to get to it. Probably either the compass or the map. We do not have any extra candles available either, but we do find the heart container is 2 interlaced bombs. So looks to be a fairly easy overworld, so I could probably go ahead and get everything marked off here, as the dungeons will be in their normal locations. Again, however, dealing with Blackout appeared to be swordless and Sprite Shuffle, not necessarily fun. Caracarn opting to up A to see what he can find up here on Death Mountain. Also has no bombs available right now. So right now it just seems like it's the hunt for the bombs and perhaps an easy level to deal with. It looks like Jam's going to make his way over towards level 2, which seems to be a good plan considering that right now he doesn't have much else he could do. And the overworld is vanilla, so there's not really any guessing on where anything is at. And since level 2 and 3 are inverted, I am pretty sure that this is actually Second Quest Dungeons. I could be incorrect, but I believe it is Second Quest Dungeons. So, not exactly fun to deal with. They can pull up maps to at least see the shape and understand what they're dealing with, but if you ever played Second Quest Dungeons, they're a nightmare to deal with anyways, but then having to play in Blackout with no sword and Sprite Shuffle is no fun. Not to mention that the HP is random, so things can take forever to kill. And Jam taking yet another death on level 3. This is starting off to be a pretty brutal seed, unfortunately. Jam making his way around these traps. Meanwhile, Caracarn trying to figure out what it is that he wants to do. Looks like he's going to head back to level 1 now that he's got 7 bombs. He can at least make some progress here. We do see, again, another white sword. That is probably the compass. Oh, no, it is a heart container. No, it's not a heart container. I'm not sure. Jam did not seem to get picked up, whatever it is that he ran into. It looks like he's going to opt right on out. I'm not exactly sure... maybe getting some bombs, which would be good. Again, very difficult to deal with these enemies with only a blue candle. Not a whole lot you can get done. So obviously looking for a weapon of some sorts early on. hand throw. It's also sprite shuffle to make it even better, and second quest dungeons. So we've got a good time here. Yeah, Caracar does have another item. I'm not quite sure what it is. I haven't seen any of these guys, either of these guys' menus. So once they menu, I can kind of tell what it is that they've got their hands on. I think the wand is bombs. Looks like so. Between the two, I think we've got the blue candle recorder and the blue wand bombs. So it's actually mixed quests. Yeah, it actually looks like mixed quest dungeons, which is even worse. We have a meet on the coast. So while it is nice that dealing with 7 and 8 with first quest dungeons is very nice, getting second quest level 4, I might want to take second quest 7 and 8 because second quest level 4 is a nightmare, and then having to deal with it in Blackout, I don't even know. You know, I've done it. It's just not fun. Not enjoyable, I don't think. Meanwhile, Jam's still trying to hunt around for some bombs and not having any luck. He does have 4 after he bought some, but not having any luck in the drop department. Going to go ahead and I believe pick up another heart container here, and we'll see exactly where he makes his next move. Meanwhile, Caracar is making his way through level 1 here, trying to deal with this land mola. Unfortunately, has him trapped over in the corner. He did pick up a red candle, which it looks like the red candle was in level 1. So that is a great find for him indeed. Giving him a little bit of an early advantage as he is able to clear out some of these enemies a little bit faster. Unfortunately, runs into a Dodongo, which he cannot kill without a sword, as he does not have 2 bombs available currently. Meanwhile, Jam wisely going around the world picking up as many hearts as possible to try to simplify the fight that he's going to have. I'm sure he's going to go check the White Sword Cave here pretty quickly to see if, in fact, that item is shuffled or if he's going to, unfortunately, be plagued with some bombs.
Oh.
So Jam has made his way into level 4 now. Gonna see what he can find in here. Again, this is second quest level 4. This is not a kind dungeon whatsoever. There are going to be 2 items hidden in here somewhere, and going to have to try to figure out where the heck they are at. Which is important to note that Caracarn has gotten the only item out of level 1, so he is currently looking for the Triforce, as the second item in second quest dungeons was moved to level 4. And again, a little bit of an advantage here for Caracarn early, as he did dive his way into level 1 to find that red candle. Meanwhile, Jam's still dealing with Wizrobes here in level 4, so we have a Blackout Sprite Shuffle Swordless level 4 second quest with Wizrobes. I bet you that is everybody's dream weekend. It is 2 items in level 4 and 8. The way that mixed quest works is that you can either have second quest 1 through 6 and first quest 7 through 8, or you invert it. And basically what happens is if you get the second quest on the first end, the 2 items are in level 4. If you get first quest in the first set, then you get 2 items in level 1. But so far, this seed has proven to just be, I don't know, like this is brutal. The red candle is helpful, but unfortunately the red candle is not going to help these guys navigate through level 4 with Wizrobe. So you got to hope that you don't have to deal with any staircase rooms with Wizrobes, because right now they just do not have the resources available. Once again, getting Wizrobe beams as arrows, which is always fun. But I don't know. I don't know exactly what the call here would be. Trying to dig level 4 for an item. He's checked level 1. He's checked 2. He's checked 3. He's pretty much out of options right now, as he can't really access anything else on the map. He needs a raft for 5. He needs a... Actually, it's first quest overworld, so he can get to some other dungeons. Maybe he will bail out of here and perhaps go check level 6, as that would be, I believe, the only other place he can check right now. And Caracarn does find the Triforce in level 1, giving him an early lead, but we'll see how long that lasts. And Jam does go ahead and make his way up here to the waterfall, and we'll check out to see what the White Sword item is. We could always hope for him that it is not going to be a blue wand, because in fact it is not an item you would have find this time around, because we do not want bombs. I'm kind of interesting that he's not resetting this screen here.
Well, I mean, it's not like he has any bombs right now, so it would work out okay, but yeah, it would definitely be nicer if it was something else.
Man, Jam taking the long way around on that instead of respawning. It is something else. We will see what it is. It is an item in the B slot, and it is the recorder.
That's a nice item to get, because it's going to be needed to get into the level under Recorder Lake. I didn't catch if it was level 7 or level 8.
It should be level 7. I've actually got mixed quest dungeons with
we do have
first
the mixed
through 6.
quest. Yeah, I'd figured out that the first 6 were second quest, but I didn't see which level showed up when they got into Jam got into 8 or 8's location, and it did.
It was 8. It wasn't me, but it was level 8. So we should have level 7 under the lake, and I would assume he goes there. Again, not a lot of options right now for these guys. They're trying to figure out, they need to either find a bow so they can get some arrows. They really want to find a wand. The red candle is helpful here for Caracarn, but the problem is that in the Wizrobe dungeons, it doesn't do you any good. Maybe Jam going to make a blue ring purchase? I don't know. I might save my money for bomb purchases, but we do have 3 large secrets, so it might be possible to get all of those things. Meanwhile, Caracarn is here in level 2, which we did see Jam bail out of because he didn't really have a way to clear any of these rooms. So we will see what Caracarn can find here in this second quest level 2. It is also important to note that there are 2 grumbles in this set of dungeons, because we will have one in level 7 as well as one in level 3. So it might be a required purchase, as first quest level 3 has a very, very high chance of Grumble blocking something important. Yes, wand is bombs. That is correct. Jam does pick up a few keys here. Unfortunately, dealing with first quest level 1, not... you kind of get the worst of both worlds, I feel like, whenever you flip and get first quest 7 through 9 and second quest 1 through 6. You kind of get the worst of each dungeon, and it's not always fun to deal with. It is an interesting question that I would have to ask, and I don't know, because maybe somebody in chat might know. I've never dealt with mixed quest dungeons. That will level 7, I guess level 7 wouldn't anyways, it would have no bombs or walk through walls, but Level 8, would it be possible for it to have walk-through walls or not with this setup? I don't think it does, but I am not quite sure how the randomizer logic works.
I wouldn't know either, but walk-through walls is actually a separate flag, as well as, I suppose, being turned on when there are second quest dungeons. So I would... that is the... Oh my! That is a minimum price bomb upgrade, and it looked like it had to be the oh no, wait, that's right, this is Blackout, so it can be anywhere from the normal 4 up to 10, and that looked like that was an 8 bomb upgrade for the minimum 75 rupees. So that is
fantastic
nice.
find. We do have a bow find over on CaracarnVi side in level 2 at the same time, so CaracarnVi stocking himself up on the normal weapons. Meanwhile, Jam has increased his bomb capacity, which is a big deal in Blackout, and the fact that it's swordless will make it a little bit easier to navigate some of these levels, hopefully.
Yeah. What is that other half ladder on their inventory screen? The one up at the top. I know the one in the B button slot is a recorder.
I would have to see it again. Oh, it's the book. Okay, yeah, I hadn't seen their inventory screens, but yeah, it is the book.
Ooh, so that... And they grabbed that right away. So it turns out we've got no boomstick, and they got hit with the book before they even knew, well, what hit them. It's interesting, though. I would have expected that to be red as well.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that... it's... I don't know. Some of the times the sprite shuffle is a little bit weird to deal with. Not only was it found, but you're actually watching Lizzie, so it's even better. And unfortunately, Jam dealing with super ropes here is not going to work out for him. Hopefully he can find the item, but little does he know, level 1 contains the red candle, which is where he probably is going to end up very soon, because he's running out of options on things to do here. Meanwhile, CaracarnVi is in the same level, digging for that Triforce. He does find the compass, apparently. It looks like he's maybe digging for some keys, or perhaps the staircase to get over to that direction. And finds the staircase, but does find a Gleeok at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, I guess, the one nice caveat to dying, is that you do get to see the room layout. And Jam making really good use of that bomb, getting 4 ropes at the same time. Unfortunately, they have got 5 HP.
Whew, that's rough.
Yeah, I know these are vanilla layouts, Jake Cooper.
I don't think, now it did get paused at one time without even noticing it. I don't think either of them have checked level 4, and that's a dungeon that'll have 2 items in it, so...
Jam did make his way in there, but it was Wizrobes.
Oh, okay, that's a rough one.
Yeah, he poked his head around for a little bit and decided better. Second quest level 4 is horrible as it is, but add in Wizrobes and Blackout with no sword, and it's you're not going to have a good time.
Yeah, well, I mean, no matter what items you have in Wizrobe Dungeon swordless, the bombs are really the only thing that are going to... Oh, and we have a Triforce pickup in level 2 for CaracarnVi. But, it turns out that 4 has a lot of the required items, that could be one that they take a while for.
Pinball Joe, it's level 4 and level 8 that have got 2 items in second quest. And man, the Stalfos have got 5 hit points. The Super Ropes have got 5 hit points. This is just not a kind dungeon at all. And I don't think Jam has found the bow. He will make his way towards the staircase to mine the Triforce, but
Caracarn has just purchased arrows, so he's now got a. He's now going to be using that bow.
Yeah, that'll make the Dark Nut dungeons much easier to deal with, as he will be able to get rid of the Pulse Voice. It does make a meat purchase, which is wise, as again, second quest level 3.
Yes, has a tendency to be meat blocked. I believe the only time I've called a race that had second quest dungeons, the Grumbles happened to get randomized into the room all the way at the top, so it actually was not a meat block, but that is rare. Because with how linear it tends to be.
Yeah, and dungeon rooms are not shuffled. So the bait will block the item in level 3 in this case.
Probably. Or are the dungeons or the room locations not randomized either within a dungeon?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're not.
Oh. Okay, I'm not familiar enough with Second Quest to even realize that, and not to mention it being blackout, it's kind of tough to realize, oh, these rooms are in the exact same places that they normally are.
Yeah, in Second Quest level 3, the item is, it's the L and then the 2 rooms up in the top corner. The item is at the top of the L, and the Grumble is right before that. So we'll see what Caracarn chooses to do, if he chooses to use his meat in level 3, or if since level 7 that Grumble would probably be required as well.
It's the double Armos glitch just occurred on Caracarn's side. And he is headed towards level 3. I've got to assume that he's using the He's going to use the meat there. Oh, well, yeah. Does he even have the recorder yet? I don't think he has.
He does not have the recorder.
Yeah, so he can't get into level 7 yet anyway.
And Keys have got multiple HP as well. That is, this is not a kind seed thus far. It looks like 3 HP on the Keys.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, Jam does expire his full complement of 16 bombs. We'll see if he makes his way back to level 1 or not. Again, the red candle is there. And if he does catch on, again, he will realize what's going on here, and will be able to find all of the items as they should be in their normal room. So it's a pretty odd case of where we do not have shuffled rooms, but that might be a symptom of mixed quest as well. I'm not quite sure. Somebody maybe in chat that knows a little bit more of the inner workings of that flag, because I have literally played mixed quest dungeons never. So it could just be one of those. It has nothing to do. Okay, I didn't know, Ampharos. Thank you for confirming that. I didn't know whether or not if it was mixed dungeons, if it would just force regular rooms or not.
These Gibdos are really, being troublesome.
Yeah, at least he's got a red candle. I think that's Jam's major problem right now, is that the bow is in 2, and the red candle is in 1, and he's not going to either of them. And, you know, he needs a weapon other than the blue candle to try to make progress here.
Well, he's heading back into 2 now. So hopefully for him, he'll find that bow.
I think the issue now, though, is that, I mean, he can't go find some other secrets, but he only has 83 rupees, so he'd have to go buy arrows and would be down to 3 rupees. But Caracarn, again, in a 4 fireball statue room with a bunch of Gyptos, this is not fun to navigate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That thing that looked like a white sword is the map.
Yes, indeed. And look at these rooms that you have to navigate to get up here towards the item. That is a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
And if it's something like a boomerang, that is not fun.
But that door is wide open. That's good, because swordless Dodongos become a whole new trouble spot.
Man.
Oh, and it's
Let's us
the
hope
dark
that they
night.
have less than 4.
Yeah.
Jam does find that. Oh, no. Oh, no. They have got more than 4 HP. Caracarn is probably not going to have the bombs here. Oh, man.
And with a clock at that, that's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not... wow, that sucks, because he's got to go through those Gibdo rooms again once he does get the bombs to deal with it. That is unfortunate. Jam does make the arrow purchase, or the power bracelet, as we see it here. And it's going to make his way, I hope, towards level 1. That red candle will be a great boon. I think he's got it figured out at this point that the dungeon rooms are not shuffled. And we'll see what he does next. He might head towards level 7, who knows. He's back up to a fantastic 15 bombs, however, which will give him quite the ability to take out some things, at least. Looks like he might be heading over towards level 6 to see what he can find there.
Caracarn picks up the heart container for the level. Or would that be the compass? No, it was the heart container, but the two look the same here. So this will be the compass then. But it's another Dark Nut room.
Yeah, the problem here is that this is a spiral staircase, and you've got to get to the inside here. I believe it's a spiral staircase. No, it's not.
No.
Okay, so he's got to kill those Dark Nuts in order to actually make it to the Triforce.
Yeah. Yeah.
So level 3 looks like a nope right now, unless you have a full complement of bombs. This is not a kind level at all.
Unless you can find the wand somewhere, but for all we know, the wand could be behind those Dark Nuts at the top of level 3.
Yeah, it could be anywhere, and we got to remember that there's also a bomb pack somewhere in the dungeons as well. So, not cool at all. Meanwhile, Jam is making his way through here. He should know where the item in level 6 is. The issue is getting over to it. You have to take a long way around. But he should know where the item is here. It's actually really easy to get to.
Caracarn will find level 8.
And he does find it. It's got red bubbles in there, which nobody cares about, as, we don't have a sword right now. We'll see what item he does find.
That's something that's got to be either the raft or the ladder.
That is the raft.
Yeah. With the
I think he was hoping, but
yeah. Well, I mean, when you see a double wide item, you know it's got to be either raft or ladder.
I don't remember. What was the ring sprite in the shop? Do you remember?
Oh.
Or anybody in chat?
Ring.
It was a potion. Okay, so chances are that the coast item is the power bracelet, or it could be the Iniki, one of those two.
Yeah. I was thinking that that's a sprite we haven't seen yet.
So Jam trying to get his way to the map here, or towards the top. Again, with the vanilla layout, I think he's got it figured out that we have got vanilla layouts, but he's got to get through these dungeons. And, even with knowing where things are at, it's not exactly easy to get through these dungeons. And I don't know that you can actually finish 6 without a ladder, so it's going to be a pretty important item to find.
So he decides to leave. Caracarn up to 9 hearts now. Now, heart count won't necessarily matter for chances at Mags, because Mags is just going to be a bomb pack anyway, but given the HP shuffle in this seed, more hearts is not a bad thing.
No, not at all. And I think, man, you feel like you want to get yourself a blue ring, but Jam, knowing that 75 rupees is an 8 bomb upgrade, you have to imagine he's going to be digging around for that other one in order to expand his bomb capacity, which will make a big difference in level 9 with Swordless. I mean, it is Blackout, but either way, if you know the normal dungeon layouts, the rooms really aren't an issue, but having a full complement of 24 bombs would be amazing.
And I'd have to imagine that the bomb upgrades locations probably aren't shuffled either. I don't remember exactly where that first bomb upgrade was found. Do you?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
It's been 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But we do have a red candle gate over on Jam's side, so now he has got himself both the bow and the arrow and the red candle as well, so going to quickly be able to make his way through these dungeons. I say quickly, with the caveat if you have to be able to not die, but you will be much faster than before. 7, 8, and some others in chat pointing out that it is level 7 where he found the first bomb upgrade.
Which is a spot where a bomb upgrade would normally be in first quest. Now, I don't know where the bomb upgrades are in second quest. Is it still 5 and 7 in second quest?
The other bomb upgrade is in level 4 in second quest.
Okay, so then I'd have to imagine that the other bomb upgrade here would probably be in 4.
Yeah, not a fun place to deal with.
No. It's a big dungeon, it's got whiz robes.
Kangaroo, right at this point, did Jam pick up the Triforce in level 1? I must have missed it if he did.
I'm guessing he probably did, because he just left there with a full health bar. I was
watching Caracarn stream here.
Me too, but based on the health bar, I'm assuming he did just get the Triforce.
And Caracarn just one heart here, but again, trying to make his way to the top here of level 3, this time with 7 bombs, to see if he can figure out what this item might be, but these rooms are just not fun to clear. Now, he does have a bow and arrow that would probably be a little bit easier to deal with than shooting out fires, but again, these fireball statues make it quite the treacherous room. And Jam, unfortunately, out of bombs again, but this, does have a recorder, has a raft, has a bow. He has access to everything on the overworld now as far as levels go, so he is set pretty much, other than finding the ladder and possibly the silver arrows, as it is possible for Ganon to be forced with Swordless with these flags.
Nice bomb pickup.
heartbreaking if this is bombs or a boomerang.
Agreed.
Down to 2 bombs. He's got to nail these. He finds a blue ring. That is a blue boomerang.
Ooh.
That is unfortunate.
Oh.
So that is actually the vanilla item. If you play Second Quest at all, the blue boomerang is on the floor in level 3 there. So that is unfortunate. The bloomer there for Caracarn, and a lot of time invested, and unfortunately a lot of time wasted for pretty much no reward.
Yeah, and now he's got to leave the dungeon and get more bombs if he wants to be able to pick up the Triforce in there.
Yeah, Jam, I think, playing the cards that, you know, I've got to go ahead and meet, you never know what's going to be in the room, and hasn't gone back to level 3 yet, which he doesn't really know, but it's a good thing. We'll see what he all explores before he does go to that dungeon, because generally that is going to be one of your easier items to get.
But right now he's gambling that raft that he found in 6 is what he needed to open up the seed. He is in level 5. Hoping that this will be the one that has the big item.
Yeah, buying bombs instead of a ring, but unfortunately when you're not getting the bombs to drop, and bombs are your way to progress, that's what you've got to do.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Bombs are pretty much the really hot commodity in this seed. Because we already know there won't be any boomstick, and they are swordless. I mean, bombs are the only thing that are going to be able to beat Wizrobes. They're one of only 2 things that'll work on the Dark Nuts.
Yeah, right now, again, like you stated before, looking for the wand as the item that's kind of unlock these Dark Nut dungeons at the very least to simplify those. But, you know, never know where it's at. The only place it can't be is level 9. So we have to hope that it's not in level 4 where all of the Wizrobes are. Jim, unfortunately, using all of his bombs and not taking out the manhandler here. Does finish it off with arrows, however.
Oh, yes, the arrows. And that gets him the Triforce.
So he didn't go after the item here in level 5. I will be interested to see whether or not he heads back in. And he does.
Looks like he will. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
The clock. But
oh, he got the clock. He's out of bombs.
This is horrible.
Was able to set it up with that clock there. Used his last bomb. It hit both of them. But only one of them actually died.
HP Shuffle.
HP Shuffle.
Thing of legends.
This seed. I mean, all you really need to know about this seed is that we're over 44 minutes in. The dungeons are at their vanilla first quest locations, and we still have a total of 5 Triforces between both players.
Yeah, I mean, it's brutal. Without the wand, you're not going to be able to clear these Dark Nut dungeons very quickly. And again, we still got to get through level 4, which is nasty to deal with it being Wizrobe. So we will see exactly how long it takes these guys to get through. And again, if you have to end up having to fight Ganon because that particular flag is on, they're going to have to hunt down the silver arrows in level 9 as well and deal with Wizrobes or whatever is in the dungeon this time around. So plenty of other action to be had for sure. And Caracarn does make his way into level 8, but unfortunately finds another room of orange dark nuts, red dark nuts that block the what would be easy item in this dungeon.
Oh, and we have
a wand? Is that a wand?
Something with a shield sprite there.
That's a wand.
That's a wand. Wand in 5.
Well, that is a huge deal. That, I don't want to, I don't want to call a race early, but unless Caracarn makes his way very quickly towards level 5 and finds that wand, this is very fast going to go Jam's way.
He's got to go to level 6 first. He can't get to level 5 without the raft.
Oh, that is a good point. That is a very good point.
So, I definitely think that Jam has a serious lead here.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot to get Caracarn to catch up here, unfortunately.
Looks like Caracarn is... Yep, he's screen scrolling over to level 4.
He's not going to be happy to meet Wizrobes here when he has 0 bombs, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right, he's got no bombs, he's probably going to nope out of here very quickly. And he sees the bad news with those Glenmolas, that this is a Wizrobe dungeon. He's like, okay, is there anything I can do here?
Yeah, the way that this seed worked out, it unfortunately, kind of whoever found the one first was going to get the major advantage. And the fact that it is gated behind going into level 6 to find the raft is tragic for Caracarn. So at this point, the only thing that Jam is looking for would be the ladder, which could be here in level 8.
Oh, but it looks like we must have shuffled drop groups as well.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so there is good news for those who want to delve Wizrobe dungeons. Red keys drop bombs. So that is going to make these Wizrobe dungeons a lot easier. Because
provided the fires are plentiful. I said provided that Vires are plentiful. We've seen some Wizrobe dungeons like level 9 where there's a single Vire room and you're like, okay, well, can I get a little bit of a break? But definitely a big help here for Caracarn.
Yep, he's going back. So level 4 at least has a room with Vires just east of the opening.
The meat is either going to be the Power Bracelet or the Any Key would be the 2 items available. Jam opting not to go to level 8. I think he's doing some bomb searching first, and unfortunately just not having any luck whatsoever. This is Mixed Quest Dungeons, DH Hunter. We have 1 through 6 our second quest, and 7 through 9 are going to be first quest. In fact, there should be Money or Life rooms, RR Tycoon, in level 4. I believe there are 2 of them. No, just one. Just one Money or Life room in level 4, but they should be available. Jam does pick up the 100 secret up in the north. We'll see if he makes a blue ring purchase here or not.
Caracarn did not get out of the way of that red Wizrobe beam. But, good news, red Wizrobes do not have extra HP.
That is definitely helpful.
They can still be killed by a single bomb.
Yeah, Jam doing a full complement here of money gathering. I would imagine that he is going to make a blue ring purchase sometime in the near future. I can't say that I disagree either. Knowing what's in level 4, not going to be fun. I think he's still got the 100 secret down by the coast as well, so he would have enough available then to make that second bomb purchase if he ran into it in 4.
Jam heading into 3, still without the meat, correct?
Yes, he does not have the meat, and I'm curious to see if he's going to go out and make that purchase or not. He might just grab the Triforce and be done with it and come back later. Who knows? I mean, we still have level 8 where he's going to know where both items are and should be accessible, at least one very early, that's not going to require any kind of monetary purchase. So we'll see what he chooses to do here.
He tried to push through a wall in the opening passage there, and it didn't work. Is that a wall that normally pushes? No, I thought 3 was one that didn't have push walls.
That is correct. Jeb has said in the past that he is not as brushed up on second quest as he would like to be, so it happens, unfortunately.
Okay.
Also, again, when you're doing these random seeds, it doesn't always matter whether or not you know, because you never know how the randomizer is going to act. So, if you don't exactly know the specifics of all the flag interactions, it's never a bad thing to check. And this wand doing work here for him. Poor Caracarn here, gonna have to bail out of 4. But you got to think that 6 is his next bet because there's not much left.
Yeah.
We'll at least get the recorder here, which will be nice for him. And we do have a Triforce pickup in level 3 for Jam, as he's up to now 4 Triforces.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 red bombs together is either the compass or the heart container. The sprites are shared in this particular seed. And we'll not know which until they actually pick them up. He's going to go back into level 3. He doesn't have the meat, so I'm not going to be able to actually... Well, maybe he did make a meat purchase and I missed it, but he is not going to be pleased if he does get to the item.
Yeah,
I don't remember him buying meat, though, so he's going to be a little bit disappointed, I think, when he gets up here.
You said that he's not as familiar with second quest. I wonder if maybe he doesn't realize there's a meat block in here?
It is possible. I think Jay Coper said it earlier, that in theory, this should be an incredibly fast seed. We've got vanilla rooms and vanilla dungeons, and so you know where everything's at. The problem is that it's just not easy to finish. Unfortunately for Jam, he does have the wand, so he makes a lot quicker work out of these rooms than Caracarn was, but he's going to be really disappointed when he sees this meat block. Gives him the wand, and is going to open it out. So at this point, I wonder if he makes his way to level 8. Again, we've got an easy item available, and might be able to save himself that money. We'll see what kind of decision he makes, though.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't even thought about that, but since it's first quest 7 through 9. There's an item right near the start.
Is he gonna buy expensive meat? Oh man, he's gonna buy expensive meat. Is he gonna do it? He's gonna do it. He is gonna be very disappointed, but unfortunately, you never know. Opting out of that blue ring purchase to buy the expensive meat here, is going to find himself a blue ring, but it does not grant him any kind of defensive upgrade. It is not the blue ring he is looking for.
Caracarn heads into level 8, and as expected, heads directly over to the west. And he finds a room with 6 orange dark nuts.
Yeah, he was in here earlier, and unfortunately had no bombs, but he's still got to kill all 6 of these with just the amount of bombs he has. Let's see if he can get her done.
Yeah.
Fireball statues making this, of course, even more difficult.
Yeah, and he's waiting until he can line up to at least 2 in the same spot. And, yep, there is a bomb pickup, as I thought. Orange Darknuts are still in the bomb dropping group.
Jam just not up an A to save the meat. Oh, man. So he is going to get himself a blue boomerang here, and is going to have to buy a second set of meat for its level 7. Let's hope that he remembers that.
And we have... Oh!
That's a ladder.
That's gotta be a ladder.
Bad. That's a huge find for Caracarn. You have to imagine that Jam is going to be there next, but ladder being there accessible super early is kind of a big downer.
Yeah.
So Jam, you have to imagine, is very disappointed with spending 100 rupees to get a blue boomerang, and asked to make another meat purchase as well to make through level 7. So, you know, he'll get his ladder here in 8 at the very least, but will need to make the meat purchase again.
And yeah, with a wand and with more bombs, but who needs it when you've got a wand? He'll easily make it through this dark nut room and be able to.
So, an important thing to know here, I would suppose, only one key on each of these players. If we do have vanilla items in vanilla rooms, it is still possible for Ganon and Zelda to be shuffled as per the flags, which would be incredibly funny. We have seen that happen before. I think it was the Matric Dragon Dark race, where they had the normal 9 configuration, but the rooms were shuffled. We will see if that ends up happening again, which would be quite funny. I think the only way that Ganon can be forced, and please correct me if I'm wrong, would be if they were in their normal rooms. Otherwise, Ganon cannot be forced as per the way the flags are set up. Matric Saber, I'm sorry. Dragon Dark has corrected me. It's been a while, forgive me. If it's more than 2 days, I tend to forget things. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys make their way through level 9 once they get there. Just to see if they go after the silver arrows, or if they check to see whether or not Ganon's going to be required first. Okay, so Jacob are saying that Ganon can be forced, even if not in his own room. That is interesting to know. Makes it a very interesting dynamic then.
I saw that Goma go down 1 hit, and I realized I think we do have 0 HP bosses. It seemed like there had been something off earlier. I think Well, no, even at 0 HP. There was a manhandler kill earlier that I thought it looked almost like he used the boomerang, but no, manhandler shouldn't be vulnerable to the boomerang even at 0 HP, right?
No, he is not.
I didn't think so, so I must have just seen it wrong.
Alright, so Jam going to check this other item here at level 8. Again, probably wanting the any key, as he's out of keys right now. And we do see a map, so this is either the power bracelet or the any key, and he finds the any key.
The any key in its normal location.
Yes, indeed, which means we would have the power bracelet on the coast. I don't think we'll see either of them make the way over there unless they want to, I guess, use the any roads that are available, but otherwise the power bracelet has no use. But yeah, big find here for Jam. Ladder and any key in level 8. Going to make the rest of this seed go by very, very quickly. I mean, you are correct, AA. He might think it's the red ring. I think at one point he did check the blue ring Armos, so he should know that the blue potion is in fact the blue ring, and that the red ring should be a red potion, though. And we do have the Iniki pickup over on Caracarn's side as well, so evenly matched outside of the fact that we have got a wand and a raft on Jam's side, which kind of makes a pretty big difference.
Yeah, and if we assume that red ring and silver arrows are in 9, Jam's probably not going to be delving for items anymore, because the other items still at large are the bombs that replace the white sword, the Lord Banana, and the heart container, none of which are really must-have items.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And unfortunately for Jam, he does take a death on the Manhandle boss in this case, and is going to have to walk his way back up. Fortunately, it is a short trip, and there's not too much to deal with here in level 8. It's not like dying in level 7 where you have to traverse nearly the entire dungeon again.
So, if it turns out that red ring and silver arrows have been shuffled out of 9, and Caracarn is actually still looking for items when he goes into either level 4 or level 7, that could turn things back around. But right now it definitely looks like Jam has the distinct advantage.
Oh, for sure. By far. I mean, with the wand, he's going to be able to make quick work of... he's still got to traverse level 4, but the good news is he knows that he doesn't have to find either item in level 4, which really simplifies how that dungeon progresses for him. Yes, liquid bombs are guaranteed for a magic sword. Just magic sword is never shuffled into the items. Yeah, I think Jay Coper makes a good point there as well. Beelining the compass, you should know where it's at, and that will give you the indicator of where Zelda is. Definitely would be a smart idea. Jam does forego what I believe he thinks is going to be the power bracelet, and will make his way back up towards second quest level 4 to make his way towards the Triforce there. And meanwhile, Caracarn is still attempting to get to the Triforce in level 8, but is unfortunately out of bombs currently. Going to be a little bit more difficult for him to clear out these rooms. Jam probably pulling up a map of level 4 wisely. I know I've got one up. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately for him, did not spend all the time digging early in level 4 for items. Has turned out to be a good thing in his case. Unless perhaps somehow we do still have a shuffle where the silvers are out and they're buried in level 4. We could only hope.
In level 4 or in level 7. Those are the 2 dungeons that we do not know the items in.
Yeah, level 7, unfortunately, they are going to check the item on the way to the Triforce.
Ah, yes, that's right. I do remember that. I haven't played much Rando, but I got into one of those go situations in a seed like this with vanilla dungeon layouts. And then I just happened to pop into the item staircase in 7, and oh, red ring. Well, let's just gamble on going to 9 anyway, and no, it was not in 9.
Yeah, and a nice clock there for Jam actually gets him through that room, and as soon as he goes up here, he's going to run into the second bomb upgrade. So that will... well, he should know. Well, it's a one-way room, but it would be worth going to get the bomb upgrade. But he's going to take the staircase instead. Actually, ooh, that is the red ring. So silvers are shuffled out of level 9 with possibly.
Maybe.
That is a big find.
That is, yeah.
That's a scary find. He might check the second item in level 4, which means he'll go by the Triforce just to be sure, because you would not want to make your way back into this dungeon. But up to 24 bombs. And at the same time, we do have a Triforce pickup for Caracarn in level 8.
And, wonder why Jam... probably just, got sucked back through.
Fortunately for us, we can pull up a map and we can tell where he is at. And, we'll make it a little bit easier for us to help navigate through these dungeons with everybody. As I'm sure he is using a second quest map to get through here quickly to the Triforce.
Caracarn with the Lord's Secret pickup. That'll give him 161.
Yeah, important to note that Caracarn does not have a bomb upgrade yet either. So, I mean, at this point, I think Jam's console would have to crash for there to be really any chance of Caracarn coming back. But, we have seen odder things. We've seen some, 1 hour level 9s before. So anything is possible. But, at this point with Wand already having the raft and 24 bombs, I really feel like Jam has just got a commanding lead. And he knows the information that silvers can be out of 9. And we have a power bracelet
This is the first time I've seen the leave your max bombs or your money in Sprite Shuffle. So it's leave your max wands.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I agree with him. What's the point of the money at this point?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to buy anything, so might as well save a single bomb.
He still needs to buy one thing.
Well, he does need to buy bait, you are correct.
He does need to buy another thing of meat, but yeah, he's pretty close to being able to afford the cheap meat again.
So up here is going to be the Triforce. I will wonder, and I hope that he goes by, and he does. He will check the second item in 4, which is a very, very smart move. Ooh, Wizrobes. But he's got 23 bombs, so he's alright. And a red ring. This would be nasty otherwise, but he's got the resources available.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and does have the recorder to make sure that he can take out the Dig Dogger here. Switches over to the candle, then realizes that he kind of burned his lips a little bit. I absolutely love when the beams are the double arrow. It's interesting, especially with the shield. So you just got like Captain America chucking arrows at people. It's pretty funny.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, and it is silver arrows in level 4. Good grief.
Huh. We got Wizrobes, we got red rings, we got silver arrow. Are we sure we're not in 9?
Well, the 4 kind of looks like a 9. Yeah, it could have been switched. But yeah, I think this is, you know, the level 9 would have to be horrible. But the fact that it's normal layout and you know where all the doors are, I don't see this being a problem. I pretty much think Jam has got this in the bag at this point.
Definitely.
That is crazy, though, that Silver's red ring were in level 4. Very wise of Jam to check those items. See where he goes first. Probably level 6 is what it's kind of looking like here. Yeah,
seems like the right thing to do.
You know, Dataplet making a point that Caracarn will be happy to see the items here. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the bomb capacity that Jam had, and he does not have the wand either. So, making his way through this first room is going to be incredibly difficult, as he's only got 5 bombs, and I'm pretty sure it takes 3 per blue. So, yeah, it's just this is not a kind 4 with low resources.
No. And, I mean, if he manages to get through there, he does have enough money to afford both the bomb upgrade and to leave money in the money or max bombs room.
Yeah, but it's also important to note that he needs to get another meat as well for level 7.
True, so he'll need more money later, but...
And Ampharos, unfortunately, he will not, because I believe that belongs to me in my game versus JamEvil. So Jam gonna make his way through level 6 here. Gonna finish this out, grab the Triforce, and make his way towards level 7. Hopefully he remembers that he does need to make a meat purchase.
Oh, and Caracarn takes another death to a Wizrobe beam.
Yeah, Caracarn unfortunately being the victim of the circumstance here, and just not finding the items early enough. He's not even made his way to level 6, and you know, if the second quest level 6, the item there is pretty much free. All you have to do is be able to make it in there. If you actually do any kind of second quest runs, you go get that ladder very early, because there's nothing in the room that you have to fight. So you just go in and you get the ladder. So that being a free item, Jam knew that, took the opportunity, and found the raft, which led to the wand and pretty much opened the seat up for him.
Yep. Caracarn is leaving level 4. To wonder where he'll head next.
I mean, you have to imagine that he's got to try to get some bombs, get some money. It's a difficult situation for him to be in at this point. I mean, level 4 is going to be very helpful in the fact that he would be able to pick up a red ring and the silver arrows, but you got to be able to get through the dungeon first, unfortunately.
I think he's heading back to level 4.
Yeah, Jam even going to pick up the bombs in the Magic Sword Cave for good measure.
Well, he might as well. He was in the area and he had enough. He was far enough below his capacity that it wasn't a waste.
I feel like we ought to change that so that it gives you a quantity of bombs, if you can pick that up. Unfortunately, I think, as been pointed out in chat, Jam does not realize he does not have meat, and he's going to make his way all the way through here in level 7 just to discover that he's going to need to get the meat. And he realizes, fortunately, that he needs the meat and is going to make his way out. The problem, RR Tycoon, is the fact that all of the items are in fact in their normal spots, so the meat is in fact required to actually get to the Triforce. Because the dungeon layout is vanilla dungeon, which means that you must use the meat.
Caracarn finally gets through that trolley room. It's met with a room full of Zols.
Yeah, fortunately, if he checks this staircase, which I believe he will find the red ring, which will make at least traversing the rest of the dungeons in the game much easier.
Yep.
Unfortunately, there is still a Zol in the room. He does find it.
Yep.
Maybe one more? Man, blacking out with Zols, never fun. If he does get it, and he will be able to form the bomb upgrade in the next room, which means he will be able to be up to a sweet 16 bombs. That will definitely help out his cause to get through the dungeon here.
Yes, although with that last bomb purchase, he'll might end up having to go back down to 15, because he will not be able to afford to leave money in the money or max bombs room, unless he can pick up, I believe, 8 more rupees before he gets there.
I think it was only 26. I could be wrong.
Oh, I thought it was 47, but
might have been. Who knows? It's been 5 minutes. So Jam does use his second bomb to get through the Gibdo, which is kind of ironic, giving bombs back to the Gibdo, but it works. And from this point on, it's basically just an 80% run. Get through level 7 here, check out level 9. I think Jay Cooper made a very good point earlier, though, that finding the compass is probably going to be a very smart idea, as that will allow you to find out whether or not Zelda is in fact in her room, and if she's not, you know that you need to go to that place, and you need to find out whether or not Ganon is required. Ooh, try Dongos in the room that the Dig Dogger is normally in. That's unfortunate.
oh no, it was 32. Okay. So he can
Well, we were
afford
both
that.
wrong, but it all works.
Yeah, we were both wrong.
The important note is he does have enough to get to the room, and we'll do that. Unfortunately, he still has to make a meat purchase for level 7. The seed quickly making its way towards the end once a few items were unlocked and you understand the orientation of the dungeons. Makes it a lot easier to deal with.
And I didn't even see, did Jam even bother going into the item room?
No, and unfortunately, if it was the heart container, I'll be sad, because that would have given him a full complement of 16 hearts, but does get his last Triforce and is going to make his way to level 9.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Caracarn is extremely close to getting his Triforce in level 4. We will see if he chooses to make his way up to the second item, which we know to be the Silver Arrows.
I have to assume he will, because he's still looking for a number of items. He now knows silvers could be outside of 9, and he's still looking for that raft.
And the wand at this point.
And the
still,
wand,
too.
yes. That's correct, because that's another item that cannot be in 9 in a Swordless Seed.
Yes, and Wisely will make his way around. Unfortunately, it will not be the raft, which will unlock the rest of the seed. So at this point, he's got to realize that he's either got to make his way to 7 or level 6, and we'll see which one he chooses to do. Jam showing that Lionel who is boss. Not even bothering to screen scroll, is just going to take out everything on the screen and attempt to find some bombs. But yeah, Jam 15 hearts, red ring, silver arrows, everything a man could want. A max bomb capacity of 24. He is pretty much set, I think. That's interesting. The magical sword sprite is the sword sprite, so now he has a magical wooden sword.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Caracarn is battling those mini dongos with something with a recorder sprite on it, namely the red candle.
And I think Ampharos making a good point. I am pretty sure that with the sword being there, that is an indicator that Ganon is not in his normal room. Because if I remember correctly, the way that it works is that if Ganon is in his normal room, the Patra before him will drop the wooden sword.
Yes, that is correct.
So I think the compass, which I believe is down from here, I don't remember my level 9 very well, but definitely want to get your hands on that compass. Yeah, he would have had to have gone down twice in the room with the 3 Guptos to get to the compass. So unfortunately, Jam did not make that choice. We will see if that comes back to haunt him or not. As again, Zelda was probably not going to be in her normal location.
Caracarn accidentally whistles to the dungeon he's already at. And now
Yeah,
head over
you got the
to level
Triforce
2.
out of level 4. I should mark that.
Oh, and
Good game!
we have Zelda. Yeah.
Well then, what a lazy girl.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to JamEvil. He's going to finish in a first place of 1 hour, 22 minutes, 44 seconds. And we'll move on to the final 4. What a way to end it. There's Zelda sitting right out there in the room.
Yeah, that was kind of just very sudden. I had looked over at Caracarn's screen for a moment to see where he was whistling to, and suddenly, boom, there's Zelda. Good game.
Meanwhile, Caracarn is making his way here through level 7. We do not know the item here, but we know that it is not what he's going to need to finish out the seed. So, unfortunate for him, and it's not going to be the wand either. So it's not going to be anything useful. It's either going to be, I believe, the boomerang, the hard container, or the other item that I always forget. So, unfortunate for him.
Looks like maybe Caracarn's considering giving up. He doesn't seem to have moved in a bit. Yep.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Welcome, Jam. Congratulations, sir.
Wow, that was the least random. Like that scene was trying to be random, but it wasn't. You know?
Yeah.
It was like I want to be a randomizer too, and it really didn't do well.
So
at doing that.
It was swordless blackout sprite shuffle. That's pretty random.
I
when
guess
did you
so.
discover that it was normal rooms and not dropped shuffles?
I believe level 8, I think. Wait, I don't remember exactly when it was, but I did realize it. I would say about 40 minutes in, 30 minutes in? I don't know. But I started pulling up maps at that point, second quest maps, and I was just following the maps straight to the item.
I thought you might. It's a wise thing to do. I mean, there's no reason not to. And how about those items in level 4?
Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted, huh? Yeah. Well, even though I didn't need that silver arrow, but yeah, it was nice to pick up a red ring. that made me. Sure. I was like, man, I could just barrel through the rest of these levels now. I could just run my way through, and everything will be good.
Yeah, it definitely did seem like you were just tearing through it once you'd gotten that red ring.
I think the big kicker was finding the wand, or finding the raft first in level 6, taking the risk to go in there early, and then running to the item room. Even though it was pretty dangerous on the way there, it wasn't that bad once you got past that room of dark nuts. But getting the raft and then going to level, level 5? That was that level 4 spot, yeah. And that had the wand. And that once I had the wand, it's basically having a sword that just doesn't work on whiz robes. So it's at that point, it really opened up the entire seed for me.
Yeah, and that was really the main difference maker. Is Caracarn, who has joined us in chat here, had never made his way over to level 6, and so never found the raft. Which, if you can navigate there, it's a free item basically. In second quest, there's nothing in that room to keep you from getting to the item, and it just so happened that it blocked the item or the way to get to the wand, which, like you said, opened up the seed. And Caracarn did find the red candle earlier than you did, which helped a little bit, but the orange dark nuts being 5 HP or 6 or whatever they were, was a little bit troublesome as far as finding the item in level 3 and some other things like that, which cost a lot of time. Yeah.
This is like my worst case scenario. Blackout, swordless, sprite shuffle, and then vanilla dungeons. Because it's like I don't have the rooms, especially second quest rooms, I don't have them studied very well.
Neither do I. Just pulled up Google Maps, man. That was the key. Google Maps won this race.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I mean, I probably should have, but
if you have the screen space, yeah, it's definitely recommended. But either way, trying to do that from memory, I gotta watch the VOD. But just trying to do that from not knowing everything, I gotta see what you did, because I would have just fumbled around like a dead fish if I didn't pull up those maps. And I did for a little bit. I fumbled around like a dead fish until I actually realized that, oh, you know what? I should probably look at these maps. And after doing that, I was able to beeline to items. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, regardless of that, though, the Blackout Swordless Sprite Shuffle was... Sprite Shuffle wasn't even that big a deal in this one, but Blackout Swordless, I mean, I spent the first, 40-plus minutes just fumbling around, dying to everything, and running out of bombs, and not knowing where I should go. Blue Tektites.
Oh wow, blue Tektites. Okay.
I know red keys were dropping bombs at one point, but I think that's a bug.
That's if it's on that drop counter, they'll drop nothing.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it was.
Yeah,
they were dropping bombs and then they were dropping hearts. I was like, what's going on?
I know slow red Octoroks. I don't know if it's the fast ones or not, but I know red. I think they're linked anyway. Slow and fast red Octoroks, but they didn't drop it that often. It's like the rate was very minimal.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I started to pick up the pace, but it was too late at that point. It was so slow. I was so slow starting out, and then I found the red ring and the silver arrows, and then I was like, okay, well now I can start moving faster. But I mean, I found the bow and the ladder also, and again the red candle early. But yeah, by the time I actually got the stuff to start going faster, it was too late. So I stopped in level 7. I don't have enough money to buy bait, so Because I already spent the bait on level 3 to get the magic boomerang.
Yeah, at that point I was like, wait, because a lot of the items were actually in their vanilla spot. Like the whistle was in level 2, the blue boomerang was in level 3, magic key was in 8.
But
Like-
the bow was in level 2.
Yeah, the whistle
Oh,
was the white sword item.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, really?
Yeah. The
Oh, yeah.
recorder was the white sword item. Magic boomerang was in 3. I knew where the items were in the dungeons. Level 4, it took me a while to remember. I mean, I knew where the one where the raft usually is in second quest, but it took me a while to remember how to get to the. It took me a while to remember that you have the item in level 4 where the book normally is, or is the book? Yeah, where the book normally is, and then the bomb upgrade. Like, if I had gone and gotten the red ring and the bomb upgrade, if I had remembered that there was an item and a bomb upgrade right next to each other in level 4, I would have gone after that sooner. But I wasn't thinking. I think I was just complaining too much about the blackout and everything at the beginning and not really thinking about what I was supposed to be doing.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to race, and thank you for joining this tournament. And congratulations on making it so far. That was,
Yeah.
it's impressive. Definitely impressive. Seeds like these are not something I would ever choose to do casually unless I really felt like hating on myself. But it does show a large, it does test your actual knowledge base of Zelda in its entirety.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, neither of us are well practiced in Second Quest Vanilla to the point that we could have it, memorized. So I think that's just the biggest factor in this race. Besides that, I think that's all I got.
You seem to be a magnet for these fantastic seeds, James.
Oh my
I look forward to
God.
seeing your
I gotta
Final Four stuff.
I gotta stop pressing the flags button, man. I'm setting these seeds, and like everything that can go wrong can. Like, can't I just have a semi-randomized seed? Why do I have to always have blackout, swordless, sprite shuffle?
I thought you said earlier this was only semi-randomized.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some
even
of the
still,
options, yeah.
I mean, with the way that it was laid out, Jake Hopper had said it earlier that this should have been a really fast seed, but due to all the other factors involved, it was a pretty hard seed, really.
If I had a sword, the seed would have taken 20 minutes less. If it wasn't blackout, it would have taken 10, 15 minutes less.
Right.
Oh, yeah. The swordless. Really, it felt like more than anything, it was the swordless HP shuffle, because those orange dark ones not going down in one bomb was. I know. Terrible. Yeah, I know. Caracarn, you had to leave level 3 a few times because you kept running out of bombs in those dark nut rooms.
Yeah. I never got the Triforce in 3. I had one dark nut left and couldn't get it. But again, if I had remembered to get the bomb upgrades, then it would not have been as bad.
Yeah, the bomb upgrades were awesome. They were max bomb upgrades, so I ended with 24 bombs available.
I thought max bomb upgrade was actually 10.
Is it 10 for blackout?
I thought it was, but
okay. Well, then they were 8.
Yeah, they were big.
Yeah.
They were big.
I had 16 for a while, and then I had 24, and I've honestly never had 24 bombs in my inventory. I've had 20 on non-blackouts. But
I forgot 24. Where the bomb upgrade was an 8, actually. Actually, I remembered where the bomb upgrade in Second Quest level 4 was better than I did in First Quest level 8.
Well, it would be in level 7 in First Quest.
It was level 7?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm mixing them up. Oops. Well, I don't remember where it is in level 7 either, actually.
Yeah, I think it's actually before the meat block. think Jam actually got the 1 out of 7 even before having to leave and come back later.
Yes, I stopped by there to grab that. I went up, and it's literally right by the start in 7. If that ever happens to anyone again, it's just right by the start. So you go like up 1 room, left 1 room, and up 2 rooms, and you're there or something like. And he's just right there at the start. And the upgrades were pretty cheap too. I think it was like 80
75.
75, which
yeah.
I think is the minimum, right?
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's as low as it can go.
So yeah, well, again, congratulations, JamEvil. You're gonna have to go up against either Crimson Avix or Fred Coughlin. So
Yeah.
good luck.
Yep, I'm gonna need it. Best of 3, so it's gonna be at least 2 wins to advance into the final. So
We can only
yeah.
hope that
Yeah.
every seed is like this one.
I hope not. They could be
For
worse,
entertainment
though.
value.
Yeah, could be worse. You never know. All right, thank you guys. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and congratulations, CaracarnVi, again for making the final 8 here. It's quite the accomplishment with this tournament, especially with so many different
Especially
things
when I
being
lost
thrown
my
at you. So-
my first match. I didn't expect to. I didn't expect to go 3-1 after losing that first one.
But yeah, very well done, and I look forward again to seeing you in the next tournament. You're always very consistent in races, so we'll be sure to see you there.
Yeah.
That's all I've got. Thanks again to Speed Gaming and Fiesel for hosting this for us as always, and thank you to CCX for co-commentating with me. Again, this is Adaginos, and have a good night.
Good night, everyone.